Hey everybody, it is Infamous XCIV back again with another New Game Plus Dark Souls Let's Play episode. This is number 5 as well. Um, Setup today we are rocking. We have the Brigand Hood, the brass armor of the Dark Moon Knight S, or Lady of the Darkling, if you will. It depends on who you're talking to, what her official name is, but we'll meet her in Anne Orlando. We'll see her a little later on, guys. But this is her armor. We have her full armor set, and that's what you see here. That's the torso that we're wearing. Very cool armor. So we have the brass armor, we have the sorcerer gauntlets, and then we have the leather boots. Trying to mix up the armor that we're wearing so that you guys aren't looking at the same, stuff that I like to use. I like to stay very simple, but I'll mix it up for you guys. In regards to like weaponry, of course I'll change up, maybe the sword, but I'm a great sword and a ultra great sword and a great axe user, to be frank. So I'm not going to use too many of the. I may use some of the like the great machete. Um, for example, Capra's weapon. I may use the gold tracers if I get those upgraded. The enchanted falcon. Things like. But you won't see me using weapons like the mailbreaker. I may use the rapier, Velka's rapier. The battle axes and whatnot, but you won't see me use too many of the halberd class weapons just because I'm not, I'm not very skilled in those weapons. I'm more of the sword shield kind of fighter, or just great sword in hand, or just great axe. But I'll try to mix things up a little bit. Who knows? I may try some of these weapons later on. But that's the setup we're rocking today. Of course, I have my two staple rings, the Ring of Steel Protection, which gives us excellent physical damage defense. And I have Havel's Ring, which allows us to, of course, always fast roll. So I use that as kind of a staple ring for myself. If we took that off, I don't think we would be able to fast roll. That's a quarter speed roll. But, I'm all about the fast roll, like I've mentioned in previous episodes. If I'm rocking a heavy build, which you guys will know, I'll use primarily if I'm rocking a heavy build, I'll use my plus 14 Black Iron Great Shield. Still contemplating if I want to use that second Titanite slab on this Great Shield. I very well may, who knows. But also, the first Titanite slab, as you guys know, I did use on the Zweihander that I'm using today. Here it is. Plus 15. We picked it up in the last episode. I showed you guys exactly where it was, over in the cemetery. But the one that I'm using today is the plus 15 one. So if you guys are wondering why is this one doing outrageous damage, that is why. Starting off in Firelink Shrine today, simply because I want to get some dialogue from some of the characters here today. I realize I haven't stopped in Firelink to get some dialogue from most of the characters here. So considering we have some new NPCs here as well, we'll chat up a little bit. So we're going to talk to the Crestfallen first.
Why, what a surprise. I didn't expect you to make it. Oh, somebody rang the bell. Wait, was it you? You never give up, do you? I don't know how you do it. Well, don't stop now. Only one more. But it's going to be suicide. Ah, your face. You're practically hollow.
Thanks.
But who knows? Going hollow could solve quite a bit.
So not too much new from him, but we have a couple other NPCs. I'm not sure if in this playthrough we've talked to... He's not even here right now. And this has not happened yet. That's strange. He was just here a little earlier today. I was going to talk to Nightlaw Trek, but then I have to recontemplate if I ever released him in the first place. We'll go check it out. But the most important NPCs that I wanted you guys to get the dialogue of was from these three over here. They're brand new NPCs that we have not talked to yet. So we'll talk to Petrus, of course. These are his compatriots.
Oh, hello. My guests have finally arrived. I will be departing with them shortly. So, I'm afraid I will be saying goodbye soon. It was a pleasure.
So I'm not sure if you guys remember the dialogue of Petrus in the very beginning of the game, of him ever saying that he has to await his guests, but these are the guests that he was talking about. So we have two, well, of course, three clerics, one female, two males, and you know, they were waiting to go. I'm not going to tell you where they're going to go because they're going to tell us, I think.
Hmm? What have we here? You look awfully raggedy. Times are grim. The least you can do is look sharp. Don't you dare meet my lady like that. You might scare her off for good. Oh, you again. What business have you? I don't suppose we can help, though. We accompany my lady on her righteous mission. It is quite a chore, but I'm stuck with her. And Nico, too. I can't very well abandon them now.
Waiting for the dialogue that we're looking for.
Oh, it's you. We're to leave momentarily. The catacombs aren't exactly my idea of a good time, but what can one do? I do hope we meet again, rare or not.
So normally when he says rare or nox, it's him saying a prayer for, you know, rare or nox, Latin for fear of the night or fear of the dark, however you interpret it. These two are clerics, and he did state that they were on a pilgrimage to the catacombs for reasons unknown quite yet to us. Such lore, and one of the most important NPCs in the game.
You are undead as well, then we've no time to fraternize. I have my mission and you no doubt have yours. We must not let this curse overcome us. Did I not explain the urgency of our tasks? Or are you so uncouth as to lack such judgment? By the looks of you, I should think not.
So, of course, we can take a look at her again. She looks human. However, when we talk to her, she says, "You are undead as well," which we can then derive that she is either going hollow or has become hollow, and you know, that's the reason she is here in Lordran as opposed to being in Thurland. We'll talk to Petrus one more time.
Oh, hello. Miracles, I presume? Come again. The effectiveness of the teachings depend upon your faith.
Nothing new from him. We'll talk to one of the clerics another time.
Oh, it's you. We're to leave moment. The catacombs aren't rare.
Alright, so we have all the dialogue. This came, I'm not exactly what the trigger was to get these guys to all show up, but I believe it was ringing the first bell of awakening. And unless anybody else knows the exact trigger, I'm going to reside on that. Today we're going to explore, of course we're going to hit the depths at some point today. We're going to go visit Andre real quick. I have some business with him. But we are going to explore the depths, and we will get down to the Gaping Dragon eventually. We're going to go kill the Gaping Dragon. Alright guys, I did decide to take us where we needed to be already. Let me do some adjusting of my microphone here. Did decide to take us where we needed to be already. This is where we kill the ambush that's waiting here. The two thieves, of course, right after we defeat the Capra Demon. These are actually the stairs that lead off to the side from, actually right from where the Capra Demon is. And there's the two dogs waiting to greet us, of course. Oh, man, they're so friendly. Oh, man. Booyah. Okay. Just to show you guys real quick. And let me this up before I do something stupid. This is where we, of course, fought the bloody Capra Demon. I'm not going to go in there and mess with that dog. I don't even have the time. He might come after me, though. So, we will make the time. Alrighty. I just wanted to show you guys where the stair set was. Just, you know, for reference, of course, but this is where the ambush is. Watch out for that ambush. I did open the door already because, I'll be frank with you guys, this is the part that, this is a segment that I actually already got on camera when I was opening this door. And there was one other thing that I missed that I will go back and show you guys, but I during the mess of footage that I was deleting this weekend, I accidentally deleted it. So we'll go right back through it, no sweat. I haven't done anything significant or killed any non-respawnable NPCs, but we'll make our way through here. I haven't gone down here and like collected anything that's not going to pop up again. So down here we have the Dreglings, of course. We'll go collect this treasure. This is where we will, of course, go down here and fight the Gaping Dragon. But I want to show you guys this. You'll see the butcher here. And there's a butcher down there as well. We can't see quite yet. Natural progression is to kind of, once you collect that treasure, just to run this way through that doorway. And to, of course, you know, kill all the Dreglings and then progress down to the butcher that's here. A quick side note is there has been people, players that I've seen jump directly from this like pedestal, this staircase here, and jump down. Let me kill this Dregling so I can show you guys. Jump down directly from here over the balcony and lunge attacked the butcher that's there. How they've done it, I have no idea. It's a combination of excellence, perfect timing, and like some Hercules-like genes, because I've never been able to do it. What a treasure we got there. But you know, of course, if you go against that, you know, the natural progression, you run over here, you collect the treasure, and then again, you know, Dark Souls is one of those games where if you just take a look around, you know, you'll see this right here. Kind of like, oh boy, I saw that coming. Normally they don't aggro, but that's strange. You're ruining my video, man. What the hell's wrong with you? You know, Dark Souls is one of those games where if you just look at the details, you know, kind of like how we caught that ambush earlier with the thieves. This butcher's waiting for you because there's a walkway right underneath there, and she is actually going to drop down and kill you. If any of you have read on the wikis, or you know, again, I've referenced many times Epic Name Bros playthrough of Dark Souls, which is very thorough, and I think everybody should go watch that. He has noted that those butchers are, in fact, women, despite the masculine, like, musculature of them. So I think that's very interesting, just because most people would assume that, you know, they're just male. Kill this Dregling. And there's one more over here, I think, unless he came after us already. We killed him. Where to go next? There's a dog beneath us, but down here's the walkway. We're not going to go down there quite yet. We'll make our way up that way, but we'll go down here and we'll kill this butcher real quick. I'm just trying to think of like a fun way that I could do it. You know what? Fuck it. We'll try to jump from the staircase. Who cares? We'll try to create some room so we can get a good running start. I don't think it's gonna work, but whatever. We'll try it. All or nothing, right? That was a total failure. And he hurt us. She hurt us. That was like failure on all cylinders right there. What can you do? What can you do? Alright, I think the only alternative would be to run down the stairs. Either that or wait for her to come up here. Who knows? But there's dogs down here too, and they are just a pain in the ass. I can't stand the dogs. But that sound was actually the butcher. Which would, of course, lead other people to believe that the butcher is, again, male. And she is indeed not a male. Whoa, you got a little more than just one hit, and you're annoying! That's why I hate the dogs. Haha. Alright, here comes the butcher. This is the important enemy. Could have swore there's a backstab on these guys. These girls. Sorry. Sorry, ladies. I'm not trying to denote you guys by any means. Come on, backstab, backstab, boom! Oh man, only made a dent. Backstab numero 2-0. we actually picked up some humanity. If you saw that black streak that we kind of absorbed. And there's dogs down there, of course, too. I don't think there's anything worthwhile actually down here either, so I'm not gonna mess with that place quite yet. Progression, though. Of course, you know, I do this just for safe measure, but the chain is facing away from us. That means it's not a mimic. You'll guys see, if you don't know what I'm talking about, you'll see what I'm talking about later. Very important ember, though. The butcher cutting up what we can assume is human meat. Alright, we dive through there. And booyah. We see exactly what the butcher has been cutting up. And it seems as... hey, that guy kind of looks familiar. Seems as if it's human meat. And then we have this big bastard down here. We'll take care of him too. Don't worry about it. But first I want to run over here. I want to pick up this treasure. And of course, you know, again, paying attention to little details. You see like this moving kind of sludge. You know, if you just look at certain parts of the roof, I don't think we can see anything quite yet, but those things will attack us. I don't think this sludge is hostile. It's not. But you guys will see exactly what I'm talking about in a few seconds here. Okay. How do I want to do this? It's not even am I going to kill this rat, it's how do I want to kill this rat. Boom. Job well done. Mission accomplished. Perfect. We are now in what is officially descriptively known as the depths. And I want to switch up the equipment here. I'm going to turn on the pyromancy flame. But I don't think there's any sludge from these ceilings in here. But you guys will see what I'm talking about. In fact, there should be some sludge. Normally there's some sludge. You know, I know exactly where it's at. Sewer chamber key. Again, we picked up humanity from the rat, so remember how I said in the last episode to kill the rat that's in the aqueduct leading down into the Firelink Shrine. You do want to do that because that rat can drop humanity, but this one, the theory behind it was that it you know, was feeding on the leftovers, the pile of human remains that the butcher has dropped down here over various killings of man. It fed on so much of humanity that it there's a reason it became that size. It's not your typical sewer story where, you know, you're just in the sewer and you turn into Splinter or something like that. But that rat dropped humanity simply because it had been feeding off of humans, the leftover remains that the butcher had been throwing down here. And let me remember correctly, it's been a while, but we know how to do this. I'm gonna slide off to the left here. Please don't fall down there, people. If you're doing a playthrough, please don't fall down there. Makes things quite interesting. And these are the slimes that are, you know, they're slow moving, they're easy to take out, you know. Just a little combustion. Normally combustion will get them in one hit, but, you know, in New Game Plus, you're looking at the added HP of these slimes probably. And the fact that my pyromancy flame isn't incredibly upgraded, but for that reason, they will drop down on you, so we can see a couple up there, for example, and that one is waiting for us to walk underneath it. But for that reason, you want to kind of hug the sides here just to be safe. Oh, that was an epic failure. Oh, and we're poisoned. Great. Have to check and see if we have any moss that can get rid of this poison. Of course, I believe we do. And this is why I tell you guys to pick up the moss in the forest, the Darkroot Garden. It's very useful in situations like this. And we can probably keep our shield off, but we may need it in just a second here. Like now. Now these they're rats, and they're not as big as the one rat, but they are quite significantly larger than just your typical rat. I was hoping I'd get all three of them. Alright. And down here is never really my favorite part of the game, just because there's so much stuff that you can get, you know, wrecked on. Like, for example, these guys coming up here are a big pain. They are a big pain. Anyways, let's get moving. See, very, I don't want to say non-hostile, but just non-lethal. I ran right past them. They're a little slow. A little slow. Perfect. And of course we come through here. And we have another interesting NPC.
Aye, sure. I'm a good lady. I'm Donald of Xena. I'm just a pet nurse. I adore trinkets and oddities, so I trade for them. I'm afraid I don't see anything here. I'm afraid I don't see anything here.
Damal of Xena. He is a businessman, so he's not up for the talking. So you try to talk to him, unless you buy something, he's not down to talk. But he sells all of the armor of the bosses that you've defeated, and considering we're in New Game Plus, the only armor that we can buy is Gwyn's armor. Specifically because as soon as you beat Gwyn, the game is over, the game ends. So there would be no opportunity for you to go back to Domhall and buy Gwyn's armor in your just your normal playthrough. But you know, normally every boss you beat, Artorias, the Iron Golem, Gwendolyn, we have some of the boss's armor. I'll take a look and show you guys.
Well, that is a shame, but no matter. No, not to worry. Come back again. I'm always available. Not every trade was meant to be. There'll be more in store for us sometime.
Very soon. We'll take a look at some of the armors that we've picked up from just various bosses in the regular playthrough. Of course, we have Lautrec's, but we have Gwendolyn's Crown of the Dark Sun. Sieran is one of the four knights of Gwyn. Ornstein's helm. Now, I want to take note to you guys that Ornstein, he is one of the four knights of Gwyn, but the only way to get his armor is if you beat him second in the fight against Ornstein and Smo. Whatever boss you beat second, we'll have Domhall will have that armor available for you guys. Let's see what else do we got here. Not too much, it seems. Looks like that's about it. I don't have too many boss armors. I think I have more in the torso section. Who knows? There's the Golem armor, Moonlight robe. So I mean, we have Lautrec armor favor. That's picked up armor. That's not bought from Domhall. We'll buy some armor from him.
Aye, sure. I adore trade.
Let's see. What do we want to buy? What do we want to buy, Domhall? Do we want to buy some of Gwyn's stuff, or do we want to buy some of your stuff? Oh, decisions. Let's buy some of your armor.
Well, I'm certain we will make a good trade anyway, so I'm willing to share some tips. If you see Kingpin in the catacombs, use divine weapons. That will repair the reassembling skeletons. I'm afraid I don't see anything here.
Got to spend more money to get him to talk more.
Fine trade. I have this funny feeling we'll meet again soon. We'll make another fine trade.
You are absolutely right, Dom Hall. Very well voice acted, I might add. We'll take a look at this armor too, real quick. What did we pick up? We got the... Where is it at? Armor of the Glorious. And we bought his legs too. So we'll find those. Too much armor. Boots of the Explorer. Cool. So of course everything with the exception of the Brigand Hood is all Dom Halls. So very quickly, just because I'm curious, we'll read the description of these because I've never actually purchased his armor. Strange armor from the ancient land of Xena, birthplace of the curious dealer Dom Hall. The many metals are believed to symbolize glory. Strange gauntlets from the ancient land of Xena, birthplace of the curious dealer Dom Hall. What do you know? Gold bracelets symbolize a vanquisher. Strange boots from, what do you know, Xena? The inlaid silver rings symbolize an explorer. I think there's a little more story and lore to Dom Hall than he even likes to lead on. I mean, I don't think there's any way he would know all that stuff unless, you know, he's more than just a trader is what I'm saying. I don't think he would know all that stuff unless he has done a fair bit of exploring, like ourselves, of course. His armor's quite heavy as well, I might add. We'll switch back to our today's setup. Alright, we're up and rolling. Important thing to note, well, important thing to do, just open this door, but we don't quite have the key yet, so we will get that key, though. We will get that key in this episode. That's Dom Hall, very interesting character, probably one of my favorite NPCs in the game, just because of how slick he is. It's so funny to listen to him talk. And, of course, you know, the businessman aspect. This, of course, is an explorable area. Not much down there, but we do see the white fog. This is a boss area. And we will fight the boss in just a second. But if you hear that, we don't want to go fight the boss yet, specifically because of that reason. So we have to do a little bit more exploring. If I can remember correctly, there is treasure around here somewhere. Maybe. You look hard enough, you will find what you're looking for. We came up from here. I don't think we can even go this direction. Maybe I'm thinking somewhere else. One more level down, quite possibly. We don't want to go down there quite yet. Haha. Got the heavy crossbow and the heavy bolt. I'm not a big fan of the crossbows or even the bows, the regular bows, the recurves, for that matter. But you know, they're always good fun. You know, every once in a while for certain situations. We'll see where to go. Powerful large crossbow. While bows require both hands, a crossbow is held in one, but arming each bolt takes time. That's very true. That's part of the reason why I don't like to use them. Alright, we're going to go back up here, and if you recognize that noise at all, we're going to go find where that channeler was. And I can't quite remember the route to take to get to him, but there is a route. There is a route. We're going to have to end up going the way that I don't dislike, but I will say is not the most fun I've had in the world. You want to watch out for that attack. That attack will cause you nothing but pain. And I think it's interesting to note that these guys' eyes, or at least what appears to be their eyes, are not actually their eyes. If I can kind of get a better look, you can't really see. But the part that they're spouting out the smoke is just above that is actually where their eyes are. Let me see if he'll land in a good position to where we can just kind of take a look. Not really. They look like boobs. Those Eye of Death. Eye of Death. And because this is important, I do want to read the description on it. Online play item. Lure phantoms from other worlds. Only Covenanter can use this item, while Hollows cannot. The dreadful Eyes of Death spread disaster across neighboring worlds. Phantoms lured to the host world may end up as victims, allowing the Eyes of Death to multiply and leading to further proliferation of Bane. And another note is that the Eye of Death is your ticket into the Gravelord Nito's sarcophagus, and I'll show you guys that in this episode as well. In fact, I think I already have showed you guys that, but I'll show you again, just for good measure. This right here is somebody getting cursed by that basilisk. So somebody was, foolish enough to walk in here and not take the proper precautionary measures to not get cursed. Getting cursed is just a pain in the ass. It is. That's all I can say about it. That's all it is. It's a pain in the ass. And there's, I think that was a rat. I don't think that was a basilisk. Alright. I don't think there's one that's going to come up behind us, but... Whoa, missed both of them. Dangerous situation. We'll wait for him to finish spraying his shit. Oh my goodness. Very dangerous situation. Alright, I like that situation better. This is a very treasure-rich area, too, as well. The basilisks can be quite... You see the curse meter pop up there. They can be quite the pain, but, it is what it is. You traverse this area as carefully as you can and hope for the best. And now these guys, this is where I actually very first got cursed. So I have somewhat of a vendetta against these guys. And they're everywhere. They're just everywhere. It's dangerous. Another Eye of Death, of course. And Large Soul of a Nameless Soldier. Look at him. The poor bastard. Oh, man. Alright. I will add that this is another area that players, I wouldn't say easily get lost in, but you can confuse yourself pretty easily as well. And not remember, what route you took to get in or get out or what have you. Gosh, these guys are a pain. And I'm almost cursed. That was not good. No curse. How did I miss? Alright. Beautiful. And the Ring of the Evil Eye. I forgot where I found this ring. According to legend, this ring contains the spirit of the Evil Eye, a dark beast which assaulted Astora. The strength of the evil eye does not waver, and HP is absorbed from fallen enemies. Which it is. This is a very, it's useful. It's a very trivial ring, but it comes in handy, especially in places like Blytown. There's a lot of things that really come in handy in Blytown. It's just one of those areas where you can really maximize the use of all of your resources. And we'll see that as we get down there. We're getting closer to that area too. All right. And this is, you know, it's a jump we can make. We'll try it at least. Boom. And we got some sweet humanity. I'd say it was worth the jump. I don't quite remember what's down there when we fall down there. I'm sure we'll find out later, though. We use the sewer chamber key, and this is where we'll find the first bonfire in the depths. Of course, I already had it lit, so we just needed to rest at it. But keep in mind that you do respawn all the enemies when you rest at bonfires. However, it's New Game Plus. We don't care. Alrighty. Let's move on. We got a whole school of rats. Oh man, these rats aren't playing. Neither was I. And some more treasure. We got some humanity. We got the great axe. Humanity was picked up off the rat, I will say. And the great axe was picked up from here. We'll check out the great axe. I will tell you guys exactly what happened to mine, because I don't have the one from the normal playthrough. Too many weapons, too many weapons, too many weapons. So here's the great axe. Big weapon. 14 weight units. This is what I did with mine. I turned it into the golem axe, which is, it takes the core of an iron golem, which is basically the soul of the iron golem. You have to take that to the giant blacksmith in Anor Londo to create. This is what we just picked up, though. Big axe. Huge, heavy axe. This thing's crazy. You'll slaughter somebody with that axe. And watch the floor, guys. You do want to watch the floor, because you never know what kinds of gaps could be in the floor. And shield up, of course. And this is where we heard the channeler. And we want to get out of here quick. Just because the channeler got to do his dance, so those rats did receive a buff. Hence why they are destroying us. Oh man, we're gonna let that buff wear off. I didn't even know they could fit in here. I thought I was safe. You are never safe in this game. However, I will take this opportunity to greet you to the Black Knight sword. Oh, there was one right on top of him. You too. Okay, now that that heart attack's over with. Another humanity. Let's go take care of this channeler, however appropriate. You dead. And we'll wait for that buff to wear off as well. These rats are vicious when they have the buff. Oh, attack them. Oh, there we go. Perfect. Perfect. Alright, this can be a dangerous situation. A channeler can turn anything into a dangerous situation. Simply because he gives everybody a damage buff. Okay guys, before we go kill the boss in this area, I think it's important that we make a quick little pit stop. Just as a short note, quickly I ran back to the bonfire and turned myself human. Restored our humanity. We are going to go make a visit to a dear friend of ours. And sometimes when you drop down this hole, you'll get caught in this little gray area. You can't really go anywhere, but it's just kind of interesting. Just shows you how deep the level design is in Dark Souls. I think that's very cool. We'll drop down here fully now. And I have ran back through here and killed some enemies. Not all, but some. And this little bastard here. Figure we should do all we can before we kill the boss. And considering this activity that we're going to go do right now, you have to do before you kill the boss in this area. Otherwise, he won't appear. So, it's easy to get lost down here. We'll take note of that. It is pretty easy to get lost on here, but I think this is where we want to be. If there's giant rats around the corner from here, then that's definitely where we want to be. And this is normally the area. All you have to do is walk right over there. There it is. Dark Knight Kirk. We'll top our health off real quick. How you doing, Mr. Kirk? Kirk's an interesting fellow, and he does a hell of a lot of damage. Oh, of course I got these rats to deal with too. This is not looking like a good situation. Oh no, that might be the... We might be able to top ourselves off here. Perfect. Alright, let's get these rats out of the way. Oh, come on, Kirk. Give me a break. These rats are the annoying thing. Kirk ain't the issue. Just the giant rats. Alright, come here. Alright, I'll use a rat as some blockage. Alright. Me and you, Kirk. Whoa. Get out of here, Kirk. Get out of here. You ain't shield hitting me. This is it for you, Kirk. This is it. I didn't want it to end this way, but it had to. You came at me reckless, son. Alright, that's Dark Knight Kirk. I don't know too much about Kirk, much less than I know about most of the other NPCs that try to invade you. But he's an interesting fellow. I'll do some reading on him before the next New Game Plus episode. I just wanted to show you guys that there is an NPC that does summon in this area and will invade you if you are indeed human. And there's normally particularly one in every single area, and there's a reason that they're in that area. However, guys, let's make our way to the Gaping Dragon. Alright, guys, we are here at the frontal plains of our demise. I will admit to you guys that I did previously go down there to the Gaping Dragon. If you caught a glimpse of my bloodstain down there in the boss area, I did get killed by him. I severely underestimated the amount of damage that one of his physical attacks would do. But, you know, all in all, we get things done here. It was just a New Game Plus mistake. Again, I'm still gauging, you know, the amount of damage that each particular enemy, including bosses, do. So it was literally one and done. He hit me with one attack and I was dead. So I just figured I'd cut that out, considering I had so much footage. I had over an hour and a half of footage here. But this portion of the video, I will say that it is a post commentary, just because a lot of this footage was recorded over several days. I mean, as long as it took me to explore the depths in their entirety, it took me a long time to actually record the footage and try to get some playtime in between all the busy things that I have in my life too. But you know, I sat down and I got it all recorded, and I just said I'll dub it over with some commentary. In my opinion, I think that Gaping Dragon is one of the easier bosses. You know, difficulty is completely and entirely subjective, though. In our original playthrough of this character, I actually fought the Gaping Dragon with nothing but a +10 longsword, buffed with some gold pine resin for the lightning effect. If you know anything about this game, almost every dragon in the game has a weakness to lightning. Unfortunately, I was using the Black Knight sword here today, which is one of our more powerful weapons, so anything that's a unique weapon, and most of the stronger weapons, like the demon weapons, of course, our Artorias Greatsword and whatnot, cannot be buffed with gold pine resin or charcoal resin or whatnot. Key to beating the Gaping Dragon, he's a very slow, very clumsy, clunky kind of boss. I will admit that Solaire really doesn't help out that much. He's more for just moral support, honestly. He won't last too much longer in the fight here. He'll actually get taken out pretty quickly. Here I actually got kind of lucky. You know, he hit me, and again, just one shot almost basically took out my entire health bar. You couldn't even see any red or any of my hit points left. So I got kind of lucky there, kind of lucked out on that one. Was able to Estus my way out of that one, but you know, one attack and basically you're dead, especially if it's attack where he jumps up and lands on you. But the key tactic is basically wait for him to do his gaping attack, and that's what he just did right there. That just crushed Solaire. You want to make sure you don't get hit by that attack, but when he leaves his head down there, he leaves it down there for a few seconds, and you can get you know, anywhere from 1 to 3 swings on him. You know, if you're on the safe side, you want to go like 1 or 2 swings if you're being very efficient, just because right after he gapes down on you, he does begin to charge, and that charge attack actually is very bad tracking, so it's not very difficult to get out of the way of that, and then you can just run around and hit him in the tail. Not sure if he has a tail cut. I've hit him in the tail a couple times here though in this fight, and nothing happened, so I'm not sure if he has a tail cut or not, or how many, if it's just you know, higher points because of New Game Plus. But you see me here just nailing him in the head, and that's our tactic. That's going to get the most hit points out of him too. Two-hand the weapon and then run around to his tail. You want to make sure you don't get hit by his leg when he starts crawling forward at you like that. Another tactic you can defer to do is hit him in the head when he gapes down, but also just run backwards and let him follow you, because after he does his gaping attack, he just kind of stops again for a second and then leaves his head vulnerable to attack again. So here you see me staying very clear of the legs, letting him pass by. The Gaping Dragon really doesn't do too much that's going to drastically catch you off guard. He may do like a tail slap like he does here, but that's really about it. You want to make sure you're out of the way of that and you are clear to go. And sometimes maybe his jumping attacks can catch you off guard if he just catches you in the exact right spot sometimes. That was actually how I died the first time, is I was actually running away from him, didn't see that he was in the air, turned around, he was gone, and he landed right on top of me and I died. But you know, it is what it is, things happen. And again, like I said, this is New Game Plus, so that was his only attack that he got on me. Later on in the fight, you'll see he starts doing his area of effect attack too, which isn't that bad, but it covers a large area, so you want to make sure that you're very prepared for it. And it's not like he doesn't give you ample time to do that as well. He has a very distinct behavior, and you can kind of tell exactly when he's going to do that. So just picking away at his head, it's basically just a battle of attrition from here on out. We do need to kill the Gaping Dragon just because he has swallowed the key that we need to Blighttown. Not that you can't access Blighttown in other means, but if you don't have the Master Key, I think you have to kill the Gaping Dragon. I usually like to start with the Master Key, but that's just my preference. Most of my playthroughs have always started with the Master Key. In fact, I think all of them I have. So we're almost finishing him off here in just a little bit. Sometimes his tail might be a little bit too high for you, so you might miss a couple swings. And then again, watch out for his tail swing, because one tail swing and you're done. But yeah, I figured it'd just be easier just to dub over this commentary. There right there is his actual behavior before he starts doing his area of effect. I just run right to the corner of the room. That's going to guarantee you safety from the area of effect. Then he does his gaping attack. A couple more swings in on him. Ideally, I would have wanted to switch to two-handed before I did that, but my controller has been acting kind of goofy. Too many controller tosses. My controller's getting a little tired of me. One more swing will do it here. I don't know why I didn't just hit him there. And again, he's going to do his area of effect. I think the Gaping Dragon is actually really well placed just because the depth is somewhat of like a sewer kind of setting. And the Gaping Dragon, as you see him, he kind of looks like an alligator as he's crawling up, and then you see his vastness and how ugly he actually looks. And you can tell that, you can theorize that he was either mutated by the sewage, or that he was actually stuck down there as some other kind of creature, and he was reached by the chaos and turned into a demon as well. Who knows? But we got the Blighttown key you see there. I'm just going to run over here and pick this stuff up. It's nothing we haven't seen before. It's actually the standard armor that this character started with. This is going to be our standard helm, hard leather armor, hard leather gauntlets, and leather boots. Anytime you start a warrior class setup, which this guy is, you'll start with the leather armor. But that's the Gaping Dragon right there. I did want to emphasize, again, you have to kill the channeler before you get down there, just because the channeler, if you don't kill him, can make your life a living hell. He will actually buff the boss, and that was something I was not prepared to try, especially in New Game Plus. But yeah, he will buff the boss and make it a lot more difficult for you to fight the boss. So even in the normal playthrough, if you weren't in New Game Plus where everybody has like a damage buff, then you would probably still get one hit killed. I just want to see if Domhnall has any new dialogue.
I'm afraid I don't see anything here.
We'll pick up some gear from him though. See if he has anything else to say. As you all know, he's a businessman, so you got to give him the money, show him the money, and he'll talk. Unfortunately, this time he didn't give us any new dialogue, but I decided to buy Gwen's armor. I think it's pretty cool. You won't see it in this video, but you'll see it in the next New Game Plus 6. And I will read the descriptions as well. Let's see what he's got.
Well, I'm certain we will make a good trade eventually, so I am willing to share some tips. The cursed ghosts of New Londo are formidable foes. To face them, you will require special armor. The quickest way to be cursed? Try the bug-eyed lizards in the sewer. Desperate measures, to be sure. I'm afraid I don't see anything here. Thank you.
Yeah. So we have the Blighttown key. I'm going to read the description on that. If we can find it, there we go. Key to Blighttown from the depths of the undead berg, swallowed by the Gaping Dragon. As its name suggests, Blighttown is a place of great pestilence. Even the polluted inhabitants of the depths are aware of its dangers and built this mighty door in hopes that they could remain safely separated. So this door was built by the inhabitants of the depths to separate Blighttown from the depths, just because Blighttown is very fitting to its name, a blight in the sense that it's nothing but an interruption or something that it causes nothing but pain. And Blighttown can be very painful sometimes, I will admit, but it's a fun area to explore. But so far, that's all I got for you guys in this New Game Plus episode. I'm sorry it took me a little long to get the episode out. Like I said, it took me a long time to record these blocks of footage and to edit them as well. And then, of course, using Premiere. But I will catch you guys in the next New Game Plus. It is Infamous XCIV.